The automated warning echoed across all military channels in the contested Epsilon sector. Alert! Human war vessel detected. All combatants advised to withdraw immediately. Fleet Commander Rails of the Thorian Dominion sneered at his tactical display. For 6 standard months, his armada of 300 heavy warships had been locked in a brutal, attritional battle with the Krelian swarm over a few mineral-rich orbital nodes. Now both sides paused, their sensors focused on the single anomaly. One faint blip that had just torn itself out of hyperspace. One ship, one human ship. Continue the assault, Resh, Rails ordered, his voice an irritated rasp. The humans have no stake in this conflict. They're likely a deep space survey vessel just passing through. His sensor officer, a nervous creature whose 4 optical tendrils usually remained perfectly still, quivered violently. Sir, it's broadcasting on all frequencies, demanding we cease fire. Commander, the signal is explicitly citing the Galactic Convention 7 protocols. One ship demands 2 fleets stand down. Rails's laugh was cut short when the human vessel forced open a dedicated channel. The human captain appeared on the tactical screen, a grizzled man with deep stress lines, tired eyes and an air of quiet, utter finality. This is Captain James Kovac of the UEC Indomitable, the human stated, his voice calm yet carrying the weight of massive authority. You are in blatant violation of Galactic Convention 7. Subsection 12, Civilian Populations. Within the combat zone, you have 30 seconds to power down weapons and initiate full tactical withdrawal. Rails's heavy mandibles clicked in raw irritation. Captain, there are 16 million Thorian civilians on the planet below. We cannot abandon. 22 million Krelian civilians are also on that planet. Kovac interrupted, his gaze unwavering. Plus 3 million from other minor species. You are both actively firing orbital bombardment solutions over a city of 41 million sentient beings. His voice hardened, dropping to a dangerous low pitch. 25 seconds. The Krelian swarm queen hissed over the shared channel, her image a blur of rage. Human, you have absolutely no authority here. Leave this sector or be annihilated. 15 seconds. Rails studied his display again. The human ship was barely a third the size of his flagship, the Vengeance. Its weapon signatures appeared conventional, primitive even, a mix of kinetic railguns and standard fusion drives. Queen, Rails sent a private comm. I believe we have a rare opportunity for agreement. Let us jointly eliminate this nuisance, then return to our business. Agreed. Both the Thorian and Krelian fleets, 600 warships strong, universally swung their massive primary batteries toward the tiny, lone blip of the Indomitable. Time's up, Kovac said softly. The deep lines around his eyes seemed to deepen with disappointment. I tried. The human ship didn't fire its weapons. Instead, it broadcast a single, focused burst, a hyperspace signature ripple that pulsed across the entire sector. Rails's sensor officer shrieked, his voice rising in an impossible high pitch. Commander, multiple hyperspace signatures, massive energy readings. The space around them tore open. Not with one ship, not with 10. 300 human dreadnoughts materialized in perfect clockwork formation. Each one was twice the size of the Vengeance, radiating power signatures that far exceeded anything Rails had ever recorded. Their weapons arrays, a blinding mix of unknown particle projectors and hypervelocity railguns, glowed with barely restrained power. Kovac's image reappeared on the screen, but now he wasn't alone. Behind him stood a dozen other captains, all wearing the same expression of profound, weary disappointment. You were warned, Kovac stated, his voice now amplified by the entire human fleet. Network. This sector is now a human-protected zone under the civilian safety mandate. Both your fleets will power down all weapons. Secure your main drives and withdraw to minimum safe distance. He continued, his tone clinical. Medical and evacuation. Transports from the unified Earth. Command will arrive within the hour to assist the civilian population. If you interfere, it will be considered an act of war against the UEC. And if we refuse? The Swarm Queen's voice hissed, laced with a mix of terror and defiance. Kovac's expression remained utterly blank. Then we will demonstrate precisely why the galaxy created 17 different high-priority warning protocols specifically for the detection of human war vessels. He paused, letting the silence of 300 battle-ready human dreadnoughts fill the channel. We truly hoped we wouldn't have to. The tactical display flashed red. The entire human fleet's weapons were coming online. The power draw so immense it was causing localized gravimetric distortions. Rails recognized railguns and particle beams, but many technologies were completely alien and terrifyingly large. More than the weapons, however, Rails saw something in the human fleet's formation. Perfect. Instant coordination, absolute discipline, and the cold certainty of beings who have done this too many times before. It wasn't aggression. It was routine. Stand down, all hands, power down weapons and drives immediately. Rails roared to his fleet. Across the channel he heard the faint, defeated command from the Swarm Queen. Wise choice, Kovac said, nodding once. The Indomitable will remain on station until all civilians are evacuated and the safety protocols are locked. I suggest you both use this time to remember why the galaxy created those warnings. The channel closed. Rails stared at the silent, overwhelming spectacle of the human fleet. A chilling understanding finally settling deep into his command core. The warnings weren't a courtesy to the humans. They were a necessary, urgent kindness to everyone else.